So we've got the Sync3 home screen here, where we've got a couple different options. So you can turn your seat warmers on from the screen here. You can also turn on the heated steering wheel, which is going to come standard in the SEL. From here, we've got our traditional audio settings. So again, we've got our different audio presets. We can turn the volume on just down here. So we've got our power button here, and then our volume adjusting here. Let's go to an actual station here. There we go. Perfect. Back to audio for a second here. So what we've done is we've tuned to a station just using the tuning button here. You can use voice tuning to get there. But if you want to save the preset now, all we're going to do is press and hold. And then it saves that preset there for us. Very similar to the other vehicles. So sources is going to get them AM, FM, Sirius XM, and Bluetooth. Jumping back here, you can choose to direct tune as well if you want. When we get into climate, that gives us some advanced climate control options here. So if we look down here where our traditional climate control options would be, so we've got plus or minus, so it's dual zone climate control, so for the driver's side and the passenger side here. And then you've got your fan control here as well. But using the screen menu here, we can adjust a few things. So you can choose to have from the windshield to your face down onto the floor here, rear defroster. We can turn it off. We can use dual zone climate control, and then we've got our fan control settings here. So let's say if we want the AC running right now. Let's drop this down here, pop it onto AC, and we want it blowing at the face. Perfect. Phone, very similar as well too. We're going to add a phone if we want to get one in. Navigation here. If the vehicle is equipped with navigation, the button will be here. If you don't choose to go with the navigation package, this button essentially goes away and you only have the other 5 buttons remaining here. So back up to controls here. Apps, if you do have your phone connected, it gives you the ability to use certain apps such as the Waze app here. When we drive down into settings, we've got our sound button here. Sound very similar. We can get into the treble, mid-range, bass, balance, fade, etc. Clock. We've got our 24 versus 12-hour time, so we're in 24-hour or 12-hour mode, I should say, right now. Auto daylight savings time update is so if we end up going into another province, another state, etc., with a different time zone, by having this setting selected, it's automatically going to adjust the time zone for us, which is exactly what we want to do. So it's time zone and then the daylight savings time update as well. Comes to Bluetooth, turning Bluetooth on and off. Phones, that's where we can add phones, change phones, etc. Radio is going to give us some extra options for the radio buttons. 911 assist is going to come into play when we have our phone connected to the vehicle. Navigation gives us a few other options for maps. Big one is going to look at is route preferences, and that gives you the option to scroll down here, avoid freeways, toll roads, ferries, cars, trains, etc. Okay, and then let's hop over here. When we get into general settings, we've got a couple other options here. We can change our language, we can change the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit, kilometers to miles, and then automatic system updates as well. Now that's one that I recommend keeping on. When you do the automatic system updates, it's going to update the screen itself, the software and firmware in the vehicle. However, the one thing that won't get updated is going to be the navigation. That's something that you have to do aftermarket. And that's either done yourself or directly through your Ford dealer. Back down here, we've got Wi-Fi, so we've got our automatic updates. We can turn that on. Make sure if you're going to do automatic update, you're connected to Wi-Fi at home. So in order to do that, we're just going to click Wi-Fi, view available networks. And then when it recognizes your settings at home, all we're going to do is select your network and then OK through there. All right, down on the bottom here, we've got some generic vehicle settings. So vehicle settings, we've got some things for our camera, for the keypad as well. All right, so we've got the 5-digit factory code, or you can set your own specific codes here as well. You can also do it outside the vehicle on the door. And then back here, so if we jump into our display now, we can turn the display off. We can change it so that it automatically adjusts the mode, whether it's daytime or nighttime mode. into voice control here. Voice control, we've got advanced mode, phone, and command lists. So advanced mode here is this. So if we press the voice activation button on the steering wheel, all right, versus, that actually shouldn't have done that. That should have come up with another option here. Yeah. For whatever reason, this one just doesn't want to work right now. Okay, getting into valet mode. Valet mode will lock the screen out so that people can't just jump into the screen here. So if we hit valet mode here, we're going to enter a 4-digit PIN. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And as you can see, the screen is locked out, so I can't actually touch anything else on the screen until I enter that 4-digit PIN number again. And there we go. So now we've got the basics on the settings here.